What's good, YouTube? Akil here, back with another video, and today I'm taking you guys on another trip to the thrift. And these past few days in terms of thrifting has been crazy. Been coming across a ton of really good stuff, so I'm definitely excited to share some of these finds with you guys. So if you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright y'all, so I decided to check out the clothing section first, and I came across this vintage Harris Tweed blazer, and I sold a ton of these in the past. Harris Tweed is definitely a really good brand to be on the lookout for, especially during the fall and winter. They usually sell for like 70 to 80 bucks. The downside to this one is that, as you guys can see, it didn't have a size tag in this, and this one didn't have any moth holes or any flaws, but because it didn't have the size tag, this is going to take a long time to sell, so I passed on that. Next, came across this vintage Perry Ellis leather jacket, and this definitely stood out to me because I know vintage jackets and just, you know, some of those vintage brands are definitely trending right now. But this one in particular, this Perry Ellis piece, other sellers had theirs listed for like 50 bucks. They just had it listed for 50 bucks, but I didn't see any really good sales in the previous 90 days. So maybe during the fall and winter, this might sell for a little more profit, but I ended up passing on this jacket. So drop a comment if you guys would have picked this one up, maybe for the personal, maybe you would have probably listed it really high and just wait for the right buyer to come along. I gave it some thought, but like I said, I ended up passing. So next was a really good find. Came across two of these Guitar Hero guitars. One of them was definitely not working, so I ended up passing on that one. And the way how I realized that it wasn't working was mainly just because of the spring. So I'll just show you guys really quickly. Sometimes, as you guys can see, that spring just really flimsy and kind of loose. I usually always pass on them, but when the spring is bouncy and it definitely feels kind of firm, I usually grab those up. And I was able to test this with two of the Guitar Hero games that I have at home. I have Guitar Hero 2 and 3, and I'm just going to bundle mine for closer to 70 bucks and see how long that takes to sell. So this was a crazy find. Came across some of these vintage rollerblades, and just looking at the quality on these, I knew that these were going to be worth something. But once I looked on the bottom and I realized that these were made by Red Wing. For those of you that don't know, Red Wing makes some really high quality boots as well, so I instantly knew that these were going to be worth something. And of course, these were only $7.50, so regardless, I knew I was going to grab these up and take a chance on it. But once I checked the comps on these, all I did was type in, I think it's called Rydell Red Wing. These were selling for like 200 bucks. Some people were getting a little more than that, so I'm definitely going to grab this up. Next up, came across one of these Sony micro cassette recorders, and these usually do bring in a decent amount of profit. They usually always price super cheap. This one was only $3.50, and I usually would sell these for right around 40 to 50 bucks, depending on the condition. If it doesn't work, I'll sometimes sell it for parts and sell it for like 20 to 25. Depending on the model, you can bring in like 100 bucks, but this one in particular was selling closer to 40, so I'm still gonna grab that one up. And this one was another interesting find. Came across a thermal label printer, and as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Dymo thermal printers. I have one in my office here, but this one is from the brand Best Easy. Definitely not familiar with this one, so this might be like almost like a private label Amazon one or something like that. But I'm gonna grab this one up only because I've seen similar comps selling for like 100 bucks, so I'm gonna probably try to get like 60 to 70 bucks for this one since it's used, and of course hopefully it works. Next, came across this pair of boots from the brand Trask, and I'm definitely familiar with this brand because I've worked with them in the past when I was doing more social media influencing. They were only asking 7 bucks for these boots. I know retail they usually sell for like 200, but this brand just doesn't have too much of a high resale value, and as you guys can see, they did have some flaws on there, so I ended up passing. But if you guys come across Trask boots in a really good condition, you should definitely pick them up. Next, this one was a no-brainer. This is one of those Wi-Fi routers. These usually still sell anywhere between like 60 to 70 bucks for me. As you guys can see, they had like a replacement power cord because the power cord for this is definitely supposed to be white, but I should still be able to get at least 55 to 60 bucks for this one all day long, so I'm still gonna grab that one up. Next, came across this Xbox Connect. This one is for the Xbox One, and I always sell these super fast. As soon as I find these in thrift stores, I list them as soon as possible. And this is an easy 50 bucks. In fact, as soon as I listed this, it already sold. So I'm gonna have to ship this out on Monday for sure. Sold for 55 bucks free shipping. Next, came across this, I believe this is like a wood burning kit. All I did for this one is just scan the back of this using the eBay app. All I did is scan the barcode, and I seen that these were selling for about 25 bucks. So I don't think it's going to sell super fast, but since it is brand new, I'll go ahead and take a chance on it, and hopefully it does sell pretty quickly. Next was this, I believe this was called the Magic Wand. This was brand new in the box, so of course I had to check it out. But once I checked the comps, I seen that these were selling for like, some people sold it for like 15 to as high as 20 bucks. So for me, I ended up passing on it only because I don't think it would sell fast enough, and it probably would be one of those items that just sit in my inventory for a really long time. So back in the shoe section at a different thrift, and came across a pair of Allen Edmonds, and I don't find Allen Edmonds as often as I would like to, but this was a pretty clean pair. They were asking about 20 bucks for these, which is kind of pricey, but I know this particular model will sell closer to like 60 to 70 bucks, especially in this condition. So I'm gonna put some black polish on here and just make them look a little better, and hopefully it sells fast. Next was this pair of Jordan 7s, and I wasn't able to show you guys the price, but they were asking 30 bucks for these, and in this condition for me it just was not worth it, so I put those back. But right above that was this pair of Doc Martens, and these were definitely in really good condition, and these were some steel toe industrial boots, so I'll probably price these closer to maybe 90 to 100 bucks, and of course I'll charge shipping for these as well. And this, I think this was like a size 7 in men's and an 8 in women's. So anytime I see shoes like that, I usually will just list them as women's, because a size 7 in men's is kind of uncommon, kind of rare. So I think I might be better off listing them under women's. So next was this pair of Adidas NMDs, and this particular colorway was selling for right around 100 bucks on eBay. Based on this condition, I'll probably get closer to 80 bucks for this one. I'm definitely gonna have to clean it up, but I'm definitely still gonna grab those up. And next to that was this pair of Cole Haan 0 Grand 2s, and I told you guys before, I usually pass on Cole Haans. They don't sell as fast as they used to, but after checking the comps on this particular model, I seen that they were selling for right around 50 bucks, so I'll take a chance on this one. Alright y'all, so we still in the shoe section, and I came across this pair of Jordan 1 lows, and Jordan 1 lows are super trendy right now, so I knew that these would sell for at least 100 bucks. And once I got to the register, they told me that they could not find the other shoe, so I'm guessing maybe an employee probably hid it or something like that, but I don't know. It is what it is. Ended up losing out on at least 60 bucks in profit, but it happens. This is just part of the game. Next was this Game Boy Advance SP, and it actually had a little game in here as well, so I'm just gonna sell this as is. Most likely just gonna sell it for parts, because as you guys can see, this is in pretty rough condition. It did turn on, but the battery was just really low, so like I said, I'm just gonna list it as parts, and to my surprise, it already sold for 55 bucks, so I was definitely surprised about that. And next was this little Netgear. I believe these are called like Wi-Fi extenders. Anytime I find these, I usually always grab them up, and they usually sell for right around 25 bucks. So that should be an easy flip. Y'all, so we are back in the crib, and let me just show you guys some of the stuff I picked up just a few minutes ago that I wasn't able to grab on camera. This is a game, PS4 Destiny. This was complete with box. Everything was in here, even the little token as well. And I seen that these were selling for like 80 bucks on eBay. Even though I had to pay up for this one 25 bucks with that additional 20% off, I spent right around $20 for this. It was definitely worth it since it's going to be selling for so much profit, and the main thing is that it was complete, so I was definitely happy with this. Here was just a Epson like combo pack with some ink. I usually don't pick these up only because they usually take a while to sell, but this one in particular, I seen that they were selling a decent amount of these in the past 90 days, and the good thing is it wasn't expired. As you guys can see, it expires, I believe that says September 2022, so I should be able to get maybe 20-25 bucks for this, and it was only I think like 4 bucks after that 20% off. And found another one of these Wi-Fi routers. Like I told you guys in the video, I know that these are supposed to have that white cord, and the other one I found a couple days ago had that black replacement cord. So that one should still sell for right around 55 bucks. This one I'll price it for the same, probably price it 60 since I do have the original power cord for this one, and this one was only $7. So definitely a good amount of profit to be made. I tell you guys all the time, I try to hit the thrift every day. I just stopped by one right before I put this video up, and I just came across a couple stuff, so decided to just add this to the video. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, shout out to everybody that's been copping the consistency tees. I definitely appreciate the support, and if you guys are interested in copping one of your own, it's the first link in the description. And until then, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing. Only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling. Like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit. You should wanna be a real one. I heard